Be honest, because he's
Well, be another potential pace angle here, pace forcer. Let's see how it plays out then in our feature event.
Were you hear him talking then?
Yeah.
Creeping up behind the tape. White flag raised. That off in the Grade 1 William Hill Champion Chase. 6 runners over 2 miles and 11 fences. It's from the winning post and back. And it is Captain Guinness, second last year, taken on by Solness as they go uphill to fence 1. Followed by Nationale and Factor File. Sinicia last but 1, and trailing the field is El Fabiolo as they head on away from the first fence. And it is Solness and JJ7 building up a lead of over 3 lengths from Captain Guinness. Rachel Blackmore third is Sinicia. That one's improved for Philip Enright. Together next are Factor File Mark Walsh and Nationale Sean Flanagan, with 6th of the 6 El Fabiolo, who was low there under Paul Townend. Making the downhill run. 2 fences, 3 and 4, the first of which is a ditch. Solness followed by Captain Guinness, Sinicia third, with the back 3, Nationale, Factor File and El Fabiolo. Continuing downhill to fences 3 and 4. It's Solness the leader from Captain Guinness and Sinicia. Still racing together, Nationale and Factor File. To their outer, Sinicia hit that hard, but survived. El Fabiolo just at the back. On to the next plain fence, which is fence number 4. Solness out in front from Captain Guinness. Over is 1, Nationale and Factor File, with El Fabiolo relegating Sinicia to be last of the 6-runner field, who swing a right to the 3 fences down the far side. Solness has built back up a 3 to 4 length advantage over Captain Guinness. Just third is Nationale from Factor File. One of, if not the most impressive winners at Cheltenham. Has 2 behind El Fabiolo and Sinicia. Coming past the halfway stage, another 6 fences left to jump in the first day's feature, the William Hill Champion Chase. Solness leads all the while Captain Guinness. Could jump up on the outside by El Fabiolo to dispute third, with Nationale. Now 1 from last is Factor File, and finally Sinicia. 5 to jump as they approach the second and final ditch, the end of the back straight, where Solness just about got to the other side. It's followed by Captain Guinness, El Fabiolo, Nationale, Factor File and Sinicia. Turning out of the back straight with 5.5 furlongs to go. And 4 fences to jump. Solness continues up top, but has a reduced advantage of 2 lengths over Captain Guinness. Sharing third are Nationale and El Fabiolo with 2 lengths back to Factor File, who's now nudged along, and finally Sinicia. 4 to go. Solness up and over from Captain Guinness, who jumped up on terms, followed by Nationale and El Fabiolo, the final cobbler, Factor File, and Sinicia, heading for the third last fence, which is homeward bound. Solness in front from the outset, followed by Nationale, who's creeping up on the inside of Captain Guinness. To the outside of them is El Fabiolo. The sideways jump there by Nationale. Still driven is Factor File, leaving behind Sinicia. Turning in. 2 fences to jump. Solness with 2 companions now. El Fabiolo around the outside of Captain Guinness. Another his, Nationale. Gone clear from Factor File. Straightening for the final 2 fences, and El Fabiolo on the stand side has picked it up. Over the far side is Solness. El Fabiolo is down. Nationale is now coming up to Solness, and Captain Guinness a long way clear of Factor File. And it's Nationale who coasts to the front, nearing the final fence. It's Nationale over from Captain Guinness in second. Solness can't give any more, and on the run in, it's a champion chase on a champion chase for Nationale. Barry Connell and Sean Flanagan, they have put up another monstrous performance. Second, Captain Guinness. Solness in third. 1 more home, Factor File.
What a performance from Nationale. The champion chase winner has backed it up in style here at Punchestown, returning at 2 to 1. We're just hearing Paul Townend is up after his fall from El Fabiolo. Who knows what would have happened? He jumped by his standards pretty well up to that stage, but yet again he's fluffed his lines when the taps were turned on here. That said, Lisa, Nationale came back on the bridle so quickly after 2 out, and he's powered clear up the run in. He would have been mighty tough to beat, surely.
Another explosive performance by Nationale. He just goes from strength to strength, Gary. Obviously, what we've seen of him in the Arkle, this is the fall of El Fabiolo. Not unlikely for him or uncanny for him, because he's done that an awful lot in his most recent starts. But in the back of the shot, obviously, is Factophile. He's just about to get out of view altogether, because he never played a part by any means. And from 5 out, the writing was on the wall with him. But Nationale, head down, ears back. He's all guts, he's all determination, and he's all grit all the way to the line.
Yes, he's settled it readily from the final fence there. Captain Guinness had no answer. A huge moment, obviously, for Barry Connell and Sean Flanagan here. Nationale delivering once again on the big stage, and today it was Factophile. He's proved a bitter disappointment. The first time really in his career he's run a race of this nature. There's that blunder from Solness at the, I think it was the final fence down the back straight, but Factophile supporters, Lisa, would have already been feeling very uneasy at this stage.
Yeah, you can, if you just look at the body language of the jockeys, you can see Mark Walsh's arms and elbows are beginning to move. He's given him a slap down the neck, and ultimately, Gary, from here on in, he was struggling to even keep tabs on the field at this stage of the race before even they actually injected the pace into it and quickened again. El Fabiolo, for the early part of the race, seemed to be in a nice rhythm and jumping reasonably well. Captain Guinness and Rachel Blackmore was travelling strongly at the front end. Solness, after making that mistake, obviously knocked a little bit of momentum out of him, but in behind was Sean Flanagan.
Nationale just gets a little bit tight for room here, going to 3 out. Sean Flanagan right down the inside. Solness just comes across him a touch on the approach to the fence, and he almost jumps into the back of him, doesn't he? Just has to change course on landing. Captain Guinness seemed back to something like his best today. He's travelled well to join issue here off the home turn. But Sean Flanagan certainly wasn't panicking. He gets a nice split here as well, Lisa, doesn't he? Townend goes wide on El Fabiolo, and look at that, it parts like the Red Sea for Nationale.
Yeah, Sean Flanagan has loads of confidence in this horse, because round in the home bend, he 3 horses on front of him, and he wasn't in a panic to force him or ask him for more effort. He obviously has full confidence in the ability of this horse, and yet again he's jumped from fence to fence, obviously down to the last. He pricks his ears a little bit, in a little bit tight, but it's no problem for him, and he's quick away and electric from the back of it all the way to the line. Barry Connell obviously relished the fact that Factophile came here to take him on, and he's just